morning, y'all. Oh, good lord. I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so tired. I look rough. Hello, Cooper. Hello. And there's Nani. Okay. We're gonna let you outside. Alright. So today's my birthday, and I have a 9-hour shift. So we're gonna do a get ready with me, and then I'm gonna probably pick this up tomorrow because we're doing dinner and cake and festivities. Hello, boy. Come here. This is my cat. This is Jax. I know. He's mean. He's not mean, he's just grumpy all the time. He's an old man. But yeah, that's what we're doing. I just took a shower, washed my face. So, that's what we're doing. What do you want? So yeah, we're gonna do a get ready with me. He's yelling at me. Work today, I'm off tomorrow and Friday, so today's Wednesday. I'm off tomorrow and Friday, so I get a bit of a break after this, so that's a good thing. Okay, I'm gonna get them inside. Little update, I made it to work. It's currently 1:34. I don't have to be in there until 2, so I'm gonna sit in my car and watch TikTok for a bit until I actually have to go in. I'm dreading it. I'm tired. No, it's not that bad. It's honestly not that bad. So yeah, in case I don't remember or don't feel like turning this on and actually filming something when I get off tonight, I will see y'all tomorrow for festivities. So yeah, I really hope this is a good shift. I really hope this is a good shift. I'm kind of dreading it, but not really. I don't know. I'm just tired and I'm cramping, and I would rather be at home watching YouTube with some ramen. But it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. So here we are. Alright.
Happy birthday, dear Sissy. Happy birthday to you.
And many more on Channel 4. There's embers going all over the cake.
It's fine.
They're edible. Are they edible?
I would hope so, but
Use the Orbeez. I don't want to hear it.
Alright, got 3 out of wee.
Okay, there's no. Okay.
just
Good.
blow it out.
Ah!
Or let
Yeah.
It's kind of what happens when you grab sparkly stuff.
him. How do
Open
you
up a door
feel?
before
Do you
the
feel
alarms
another
go
day
off.
older? Do you feel another day older?
No. It didn't even feel like my birthday because I was at fucking work all day. Kayla's here.
Hi, I'm a mess. Sorry, got off work.
We just watched the new After movie that just came out in September,
Yeah.
and it was so good. We ended up tangled on the couch. I really wish we would have recorded our reaction because that would have been funnier than hell.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been hilarious.
We were pretzel.
Yeah, our legs were crossed and we're just holding each other.
And we're rocking back and forth. I screamed 3 times.
But yeah, we had cake and my aunt and my cousin came up earlier. They came over, and we talked for a bit. I explained my escapades of food poisoning in Georgia to Aunt Kelly, and she was laughing at me. But, oh god. But yeah, after everything, it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's shitting on it on TikTok.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
That was good.
The reviews that I've seen have said that, like, oh, Tessa wasn't in it until the last 15 minutes. Like, okay, yeah, because it's about Hardin and
exactly
him trying to figure his shit out.
Exactly. And, like, you saw snippets of her, but,
Yeah.
like...
I mean,
it's
they were all flashbacks.
Yeah, but it's, like, what he was going through.
Yeah, like, this was his perspective, and that's what I liked about it.
Exactly. For some reason, with, like, movies like this, or, like, even in books, I love it from the guy's perspective, because it's mostly from the girls.
Yeah.
So when you, like, listen or hear it from his side, it's like,
what is he feeling while she's feeling this, and that's what I like.
Exactly.
Like, the simultaneous kind of,
mm-hmm.
like, side-by-side thing.
That's why I like Midnight Sun so much.
Yes!
Because it's not told from, like...
It's not told from Bella's perspective.
Exactly. It's from his and his alone.
Yeah.
And I really like that, because, like, it tells you what he's going through, like, what happened, like, with his family and stuff like that.
And his thought process, and that's what this was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why everybody hated this movie.
Exactly. Like, that was really good. Really good.
I don't know. People shit on the after series anyways.
They really shouldn't, though. And I mean, I get it, because they're like super toxic or whatever.
But that's what makes it a good story.
Exactly,
because they're so on and off. And because it's so real. Like, there are couples like that, and they end up working out.
Mm-hmm. And what I really liked about it is they both grew from it.
Yeah.
And I loved
He grew a lot.
Exactly. Like, I loved seeing how much he changed and wanted to improve.
For her.
Exactly.
And that's what makes it a good story, because he was seeing his flaws and seeing how it affected her, and his love for her was more, it was enough to overcome it, and that's why it's good.
And then he fixed stuff with his family, like he became sober.
Yeah.
And honestly, that was really good, because you just see how he grew, basically.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I've been, not in that exact situation, but I've been in similar.
Right.
And usually only one person grows from it.
Right.
Not both.
And it's one-sided.
Exactly. But then with this one, you see that they both, in a sense, grew from it.
Yeah.
And then toward the end of this one, you see that
it can work out.
Exactly. And that they're not on and off. Like, you can work through
like
things.
the love is there. It's not abusive and toxic all the time.
Exactly.
It was when they started out, because one, they didn't communicate, and that's an issue.
Exactly.
But
that's a
they
big
worked
thing.
on it.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what made it come together, because honestly, when people say communication is key, it really is true. Because if you don't, how are you gonna know? How are you gonna know what that other person's feeling? And how are you going to learn?
Exactly.
And, like, with boundaries and stuff, how are you going to know those things if you don't communicate about that stuff?
Right.
So that's what I really, really liked about that. Like, 10 out of 10 of that movie.
I know.
By far.
It was so good. I haven't reacted to a movie like that in a long time.
I haven't either. I was
normally
all over the place.
Yeah, like, normally I'm just, like, sitting there watching it, and I'd be like, oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the most you'll get out of me. But it was like a physical reaction.
Yes.
I'm like, hold the fucking phone.
Yes. Yes.
It was so good.
And I mean, yeah, people do say, like, it's Wattpad and stuff, but I mean, yeah, it is.
Yeah, and some fan fiction is actually good.
Exactly, like, if you...
Apparently, I think somebody said that this was written as a 50 Shades of Grey fan fiction to start out.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. But, like, it didn't end up that way. And
yeah, like, it's a completely different story.
Exactly, and I mean, even with 50 Shades, it was toxic.
Yeah.
He worked through it.
And he worked on it.
Exactly.
Because his love for her was greater. That's the only similarity that I've seen.
Exactly, but I really liked, because, I mean, they both came from really bad backgrounds, both Hardin and Christian. And... I mean, they did too, but they didn't go, like, super deep into, like, their background.
Yeah.
It was just Christian and Hardin. But then, with these, it's different in a way, because it's not, I don't know what the word is. It's not just intimacy.
Yeah.
like 50
Yeah,
Shades was.
because I mean, like, there's an actual storyline with 50 Shades, but there's more of a sex aspect with 50 Shades than there was with this.
Exactly. There was more of a growth aspect.
Yeah,
with after.
this focused more on the love, I feel like.
Mhm. Yeah, and I really liked that. I liked that he was able to fix the relationship with his family as well.
Yeah.
That was really good to see. Very happy he did that. And like even if you looking at the movie covers basically,
Yeah.
you can
It
see
shows like the progression.
exactly, and you can see how happy he is in this like movie cover.
Yeah.
And like I mean you can see the pained expression on Tessa's face in a sense.
Yeah, because I mean, to that tells me that she's like she wants it, but she's not sure if it's good for her anymore.
Exactly.
Which we value a strong female character.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
it still would have been a good story if they would have went separate ways.
Exactly. Like for a while I was really hoping he got with Natalie.
Yeah.
Just because they
clicked and they rekindled.
Exactly. And that's what I really liked, that he went back to fix things.
Yeah, because it was so similar to what he did to Tessa.
Exactly. And honestly, he was right saying that sometimes you need to fix your past to be able to move on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
for sure.
Honestly, I've had to do that a couple times.
Yeah.
And
I mean, so have I.
Exactly. And honestly, you feel so much better afterwards.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't really want to, once
it's
you
always
do
better
it,
in the long run.
Exactly. And
so, yeah.
I feel like if a lot of people actually pay attention to these movies, they can understand like the details of it.
Yeah.
Because if you're just watching it and you're like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, but
if
why?
you only look at the toxicity, then you're not gonna see any enjoyment in these movies.
Exactly.
And that's why I feel like a lot of people shit on these movies because they're only looking at the toxicity at the beginning. They're not looking at the growth throughout all of them.
Exactly. And honestly, even with like other movies, not just like series and stuff like that, it's really good to pay attention to the storyline and to the detail, because if you don't, you're not gonna enjoy it. You're not gonna know what it means.
Yeah.
Basically, you're just like, oh,
that's why like I try not.
That's not good, but like why?
Yeah.
What was the reason that he did this, this, and this?
Exactly.
And then when you look into it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that was still fucked up, but you grasp it more, and you're like, okay, maybe he can fix that.
Right.
And then when it goes on,
and
he does.
It's so much better when a character like Hardin can actually recognize the flaws and how he was hurting Tessa and want to work on it.
Yeah,
because so many movies, like, they'll recognize the flaws and they'll just say, you know, whatever, and they'll continue hurting the person that they say they love.
Exactly.
But he was actually able to work on it and become better for her to have a chance with her, and that's what I love.
And then, like, he learned from his mistakes. Like, when he went back to Natalie and was like, hey, how do you feel about this?
Yeah.
Because he learned from what happened with Tessa.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I really liked. And
he's able to learn and change.
Yeah, because at first he was just like,
yeah,
I do what I want.
Yeah.
I'm a heartbreaker. That's who I am.
Yeah.
But because
like heavy in the first movie.
Exactly. But because you meet the right person, it's like, okay, what can I do differently?
Yeah.
Because I see that I'm hurting them. What can I do differently about it?
Right.
And then I really liked that he was trying to communicate with her.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole movie. I really liked that.
And so many people say that they hate Tessa's mentality of, I can fix him. But sometimes that's what it takes.
Exactly. And even then, like, even if she's like, I can fix him, and it caused them to break.
Right.
But that's what made him learn.
Yeah.
He fixed himself, with the help of her.
Right. And I see what people say about that because it's a very fine line between doing enough to where it gets through to the other person and breaking yourself over a lost cause. That's when the I can fix him mentality gets in the way.
Exactly.
That's when it's a problem. But with this, I don't think it was.
Exactly. Because, I mean, they did have a break. They both basically had time to think about it.
Yeah, it was 2 years from the last movie.
Exactly.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah. And, I mean, you could see how broken he was because of it.
Oh, yeah.
But he was willing
Yeah.
to do something about it.
And the fact that he was willing
Yes.
says a lot about how they are together.
Yes, and the big difference is, like, if Natalie were to do that, like what she did in this movie, in the first movie, he wouldn't have cared.
Right.
But in this movie, he's like, no, I'm in love with her.
Yeah.
Like, we had a thing.
Yeah.
But with me and her, it's different.
Yeah, and I think the, like, timeline-wise, that was 5 years prior to this when he was with Natalie, so it's like it's a disconnect to where he was able to recognize the mistakes and want to fix them, but he didn't want to reignite anything.
Exactly. It's just making amends, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Like, you can make amends and be good friends about it. I mean, toward the end, yeah, I could understand why she advanced, but the dog.
Nani's screaming.
But it's the fact of he was like, hey, I wanted to make amends, that's all I wanted to do.
Right.
Like, I didn't want to be anything
And I
more
like
than
how
that.
she respected that.
Exactly, because a lot of people
They wouldn't
don't.
have. They would either force it or get pissed off and storm off, which that doesn't help anybody.
And then ruin it in another way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with her, I really like that she was able to be like, okay, he's serious about her.
Right, and she had read the book, so she knows everything that happened, and she sees what it did to him, and how serious he is about her, and that's what made it even more so.
Yeah, and I liked that Natalie actually gave him advice without actually being blunt about it.
Yeah.
She did it in, like, subtle ways.
Yeah.
And I really liked that, too.
It wasn't passive. It wasn't, like, passive-aggressive. It was genuine.
Yeah.
Even the, like, unsolicited advice like that, like, there's a very delicate way to go about it, and she did it the right way.
Yeah.
And actually got through to him.
Exactly, and a lot of people can't do that.
Right.
They're just like, well...
This is what you should have done.
Exactly. Like, you shouldn't have done this, you needed to do this.
Yeah.
That's not helping.
Yeah. And that's what Harden went through in the first, or let's see, hang on. The second and the third movie, everyone was telling him, like, you fucked up, you should have done this, and he's like, you think I don't know that? Like, I'm aware. Okay, that last thing cut off because I got a storage notification on my phone, but no, like, he said that, like, he's like, I'm trying to fix it, and the way she went about it, it was a way that actually stuck.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just, it wasn't a broken record at that point for him. But yeah, after everything was good.
Oh my god. It was intense, but in a really good way.
Yeah.
Because, like, at first, you're like, ooh. And some points, you're like...
Yeah, we were both, like, looking at each other like, are you serious?
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then it got to where they saw each other again, and it's like...
We were both like, ah!
Yes. Yes.
But yeah.
It was great. I really liked that.
I did too.
Good. When I get paid, I'm telling you, I'm buying that movie.
Same.
I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, all in all, it was a good birthday even though I had to work yesterday. That sucked. I got off at 11 last night and it was rough. I came home and immediately got in the shower and went to bed. Like,
dude, I'm taking my birthday off.
I really wish I
don't
could have.
care.
No, because the only reason I didn't is because it's a new job and I didn't want to push, because I started it on the 6th. My birthday's on the 8th. And I had the 7th off, and I considered waking up on the 7th and asking, like, calling my manager and asking her to switch Wednesday and Thursday so I could have, like, I'd work today and have yesterday off. But I just didn't want to bother, and, cause, like I said, because it's a new job and I didn't know how she would have taken it. I don't know her that well, you know? So I just wanted to stay cordial.
Dude, at my work again, bro, word travels fast in there, like majorly, apparently, because let's call him Steven. Steven today told me that he found out about a customer that nearly cried because of me in the store.
What? For what reason? Why did you make someone cry?
Because this old man, poor dude, he was like, I don't know why she has an attitude, and then nearly started crying with my other coworker.
You don't have an attitude, you just have a resting bitch face.
I know, and I'm telling all of them, I'm like, listen, I didn't do anything, I just looked at it. And then my other coworker, he was like, yeah, he nearly started crying. And
That's so funny.
He was like, he said you huffed, and I'm like, I would have been like, I'm breathing. Exactly. It's like, dude, I have heart problems. I can't get air. Like, what do you expect me to do?
Oh no.
And then Steven, he's like, you know how many complaints you've had?
You've been there for what, a month?
And I'm like, what for? And he's like, well, because apparently you have an attitude. And I'm like, it's my face. Like, I can't hide it all the time. It's like, I can't be happy jolly all the time. So when I drop my face, they're like, ooh, she's a bitch. And it's just like, I'm really not. And like, even my manager, she's like, you have serious resting bitch face. It's a problem. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I was born with it. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And then my actual boss, when this whole situation went down, because I got pissed afterwards because like I was fine. And then my coworker, he was like, well, you nearly made him cry. You were fixing to fight him. And I'm like, why are you blowing things way out of proportion?
I would have been like, not intentionally, I didn't want to fight him.
It's like, I looked at the man, okay? Like, and my boss is like, and I'm like, what? What is the problem? And he's like, you have had a lot of complaints. And I'm like, I don't do it on purpose. Like, y'all see me in here, you know me.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, but it's like, I'm not a mean person unless I want to be. I'm not mean there. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so my phone storage is full, so I'm gonna end this here and delete some stuff.
We'll do story time another day.
Yeah.
And that'll be great. We seriously need to start a podcast because, like, all the stuff that we have gone through, bro.
I know. So
it's interesting.
Be on the lookout for our podcast. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I think I'm doing Vlogmas this year, so I will see y'all in December.
You may see me too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Bye.